All right, so now I see that the room has populated and we have some incredible women in the room. We've had incredible women in the room since first thing this morning. So um, let's just take a deep breath and introduce who we're going to talk to next. Now, these women that you're going to talk to, as well as you're going to listen to, and also from tomorrow, we have what's called the Rising Constellation panel. And a lot of what we've talked about today and talk about on every summit is receiving different information so you can rise in whatever that means to you. Maybe it's a personal rise. It can be as, for me, during my form of rising, it could be everything from learning how to set boundaries to taking big risks and doing things that felt, yes, that I didn't have the money to. All sorts of things have made me feel like we could tide rise. And I believe that we do tide rise together. And that's one of the reasons why we have these summits. So there was a beautiful award that was given in February at an Oscar watching party in Orange County, and it was the Rising Constellation Award. And every single one of these women were nominated for that award. And what we've asked them is to come here today and just share, a little bit, a tidbit on something, because honestly, sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes we just need to hear someone say that thing. That makes us feel like we can shift something in our life. So I'm going to kind of go around the room. First of all, I'm going to just say their names, and if they can put their hand up for those that are watching Yeyu Women's Channel and all of our streamers. And then I'm going to go back around and ask if you can share a moment with us about how you felt that you rise. So Sujuta Tawari, if you could just put your hand up. You've got Katie Sevenant. We know who you are. Put your hand up, please. Dr. Melissa Balazan, please give us a wave. Grace C.W. Liu, where are you? Hey, sister. Wendy Watson, yay, we're going to see you live soon. Kathy Bushnell, where are you with us today? Awesome. And then we have Carrie Hansen, hey, sister in media, right on. Leslie Caps, all right, do a big wave. And then Yvonne Silver. I have a lot of these women's books. Okay, so let's start with you, Sujata. Sujata, you had the honor of receiving the award. If you can just give us a moment of something that you've done or that you do, has or do, that's helped you rise.
I just be myself, and as you gave me the award, and I was really very touched by it, because I keep telling people I'm everybody's 2 a.m., 4 a.m. friend. But that's what I do best. I just am there for people at any time and across the globe. And that's the only thing I know how to do, no matter what the situation is or circumstances is. I just go forward. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. So Katie, what is your word of wisdom?
I noticed that as I was aging and all the second guessing things came up, what really changed for me and the people around me was when that saying, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Finding those 5 people who really think big, and just surrounding myself with people who are going where I want to go, and then looking back and taking the hand of the person behind you and bring them up with you. And that really is shifting the way I'm looking at things. Speaking of the Sister Summit, with my children too, and the women that I surround myself with.
Thank you so much. I hope people are writing this down. And Dr. Melissa Balazan, hey sister, oh my gosh, I miss you.
Can't unmute. Okay, there we go. I'm like, it won't let me unmute. Hello, Deb. Hi, Katie, everybody. So I have like a little synopsis that I wrote here. My faith in God and prayer have always been my constant. After being knocked down and my voice muted, I took specific time to pray and reflect. I was able to rise up and find another way to continue caring for and helping others while still utilizing my pharmacy degree. I continue to be passionate about growth, innovation, and making a meaningful difference in everything I do. I learned to set boundaries for myself and know that my voice matters. I set a schedule for myself, remembering those boundaries of health is important, and to fully nourish myself, my mind, my body, and my spirit, so I'm able to actually best serve others. Now I speak out on the disparities in healthcare system. I've quickly built a reputation for clinical excellence, patient-centered care, and operational leadership, driving initiatives that improve medication safety and interdisciplinary collaboration. I rise up by educating the public that once on a medication doesn't mean always on a medication. There are safe ways to come off. And I continue to rise, being passionate about advancing pharmacy practice, mentoring others, and making a measurable impact on both patient outcomes and team performance. I'm known for my strong communication skills, adaptability, and commitment to continuously learning. I rise up by being a resource to providers, a pharmacist in their pocket, bringing a blend of clinical expertise, strategic thinking, and strong interpersonal skills.
All right. So that was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Grace C.W. Liu, how do you rise? Give us a gem drop here.
So I'm going to give an advice that I also practice for myself. And that is treat yourself like your own best friend. And that means giving yourself grace. Yes, no pun intended, by speaking kindly to yourself, by offering compliments rather than criticisms, allowing space to make mistakes without judgment, shame, or guilt. Celebrate every small win, even if that small win means getting out of bed on a tough day. And remind yourself of your worth daily because you matter. So when you become your own inner encourager instead of your harshest critic, you don't just rise, you soar.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Getting so emotional. Oh my gosh. Okay, Miss Wendy Watson.
Hi, guys. You know, from the moment I was born, I just created my own path. I was born breech. I started working at 11. In junior high, I told my mom that she couldn't tell me who I could and could not be friends with. She took that took her back a little bit. So what I do is I absorb my environment, right? I pay attention. I'm aware of the feedback, of the information that I'm getting, but I process it myself. I don't just follow somebody else's blueprint. I don't just follow what everybody else is doing or what the norm is or what the protocol is. I figure out what works for me and what doesn't, and I'm not afraid of trial and error, right? Because it's just as important to know what doesn't work as it is to know what does work. So for me, fear is not an issue, and failure doesn't exist. So I just listen, I pay attention, I figure it out for myself, and then I try it. And if it doesn't work, then I try something different.
Right on. These are so powerful. These are so powerful and applicable. Thank you. And Kathy Bushnell. Oh, you need to be unmuted, Kathy. All right. There you go.
Okay. So I have some specific examples and I'll make it quick. Okay. So by the age of 14, I had already been writing songs just encouraged by that music I was hearing on the radio. And then the real pivotal moment came when I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. And I privately said to myself, be a rock musician too. Fast forward 3.5 years later, I'm living in Britain and I've co-founded the first female rock duo in Britain with another gutsy American young woman. And so it was called Emily Muff. We didn't like the name, but we dealt with it. And it was a very tough road because it was a male-dominated world of rock in that era, 68 to 72. But we were determined, we persevered, we went on several extensive tours throughout Britain. Our female rock duo was on the same bill as rock icons in that era. I mean, it was just amazing. And we actually opened a sold-out concert at London's Royal Albert Hall to over 5,000 people. So that moment with the Beatles really started it all. That was that pivotal rising moment, but I also continue to rise in different ways. And I wrote a memoir in 2020, which continues to inspire females of all ages. Literally, I've signed books for 15-year-olds to 92. So they don't have to be a baby boomer to like my memoir, MMO, Legacy of a 60s Female Rock Duo. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Ed Sullivan. Oh my goodness. Carrie Hansen. So how do you rise? Oh, we need to hear you. So
There we go.
all right.
I haven't written a book and I wasn't breech and all these beautiful things, but I wrote down my little tidbit of kind of what it meant to me. And I first started off, I actually wrote it down. I'm usually a very improv type of person. That's usually who I am. But I was like, I wrote down a couple of things and I was like, no, scrap it. This one, scrap it. And then I finally came to kind of like the perfect thing, I hope. But anyway, firstly, I
girl, it's perfect.
just want to say, all these amazing stories and everything here today. You guys are all amazing. So thank you for sharing what you guys have said so far. Very, very beautiful. So yes, you guys are all beautiful. Thank you for sharing your stories, which leads me to what I did and still do to rise in my life to be where I am today, or what I'm doing, or what I still do, is I use consistency, dedication, and drive. So I empower myself and others by offering a safe platform, a place and a space to share our vulnerabilities with others. As we all know, the dictionary meaning of a constellation, if you have time to Google it, which I know some people don't, but I was like, I'm going to Google it. So it means a group of stars located close together to form a recognizable pattern. Therefore, by connecting others through radio interviews, podcasts, and storytelling as a recognizable pattern, I'm not only helping one individual star, but a group and a community as a constellation. So now we can all rise not only individually, but together.
Oh, well, look at you. That's
I know my
amazing.
glitter is here. This is all my stars. These are
That's all your
you
glitter.
guys.
That's all your stars. I mean, I
Okay.
love the internal and external play of the words rising constellation, right? You really don't get one without the other. You really don't get one without the other. Okay, Miss Leslie Caps. How you rising, girl?
Cool, cool. Hey, everybody. I know it's like a mystery thing, right? And then there was one. Then there was
There was one.
So for me, it really goes back to my dad. His favorite quote, and it like totally is ingrained in me, right? To truly become number one, you must constantly strive to surpass yourself, not the competition. Obviously, because I can't remember anything except that I know that quote. And I think for me, it's being more, a little bit more every day, doing a little bit more every day, and helping, as Katie said, right? Putting that hand back or forward, honestly, both directions, especially as women. And part of what is so great about the 262 movement is that we have that community that supports that idea and is contributing to it. So that's really, as Carrie said, rising together. That's what it's all about, right? And then maybe kicking the door down a little bit, because I got to add my own spin on it.
And that you do. So how she rises is kicking the door down. Oh my goodness. If you follow her, you'll know exactly what that means. Thank you, thank you. And Yvonne Silver, how you rising, girl?
Hi, everybody. So for me, my passion, as you know, Deb, is language. It was the only topic in school where I actually got like a 92. Woohoo! And then went on to get a 4.0 when I did my executive coach certification, because it's all about asking powerful questions. Woohoo! Right? So for me, it's about helping other women find their voice. So be more vocal, be more valued, learn how to strut your stuff, take the word brag and make it work for you, because it's about your brains, your resilience, your action, and your goals. And it's not a bad thing. So for me, it's about language and helping women through my radio show the last 5 years, interviewing lots of different women on rising from tragedy to triumph, and helping them spread the word about what they're now up to help those women who are in a bad place and need someone to look up to that has already been there and done it and got out of that hole. So you can do it too. It's all about your words.
Wow. So yay, let's do a round of applause for all these women that were nominated, all these women that embodied, you know, it's really interesting. I see it on we do this ask party. If you're part of 262, you know what I mean, where it's a place where women can go ask for whatever they want. And there's nothing, that turns a woman off sometimes more than having a platform to get what she needs. And I say that in the most loving way. I talked about it earlier where sometimes it's not easy to ask, right? Because we're so used to being in the reversal of giving. Or if we take, we have to reciprocate. That's really interesting to have that experience as well. Same thing as rising, like to own that you have rose, to have that nomination go, wow, yes, to accept the nomination, to accept the mission, if you dare take it, is self-recognition. And that's an interesting thing to go through as you are going in your journey of becoming good with yourself, of celebrating yourself, of being proud of yourself. I remember, again, full transparency, the first time I actually felt the feeling of pride for myself, I called my best friend. We've been friends for over 40 years. I go, I think I just felt proud of myself. And I'm going to say that was maybe 10 years ago. It was the first time I felt that. And it had to do with something I was like, and I was just walking home. I went to a movie by myself, which if you haven't done that, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I love movies by myself. No one's asking me nothing. I'm sitting there taking it in, having an experience through someone else's life. It's fantastic. And I was walking home and it just hit me. Oh my God, I think I made it. And that's what I did. I called him, my friends for 4 years, and I go, I think I made it. And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, all those things that I thought that I think I made it. And he's like, you're crazy. I go, I think I'm feeling pride, self-pride, right? And so up until that point, I knew what it was like to feel pride because I felt proud of my kids. I felt proud of my friends. I felt pride. I knew what it felt like. I just never really had a whole body experience of it before when it came to me. And I think that's what it takes. So not only did you ladies rise, but you rose to that nomination. And there's a little conversation that goes on internally. Might be 3 seconds, might be 30, but congratulations. So let's do a round of applause. Yay, yay, yay. Look at, Yvonne has written a book and Leslie Caves has written a book. Not that you have to write a book. I just want to show off the books, And Mamu, this is Kathy Bushnell's book. And then, of course, Sujita's Against All Odds. How beautiful is that? So congratulations, lady. Yeah, and the 262 book. You're all in here. You're all in this book. Let's talk about this book. We talked about it earlier. So if you weren't here earlier, we just got our first quarter numbers. This book has now hit 5.12 million media impressions. We are down to the last 5 spots to be able to be in this book. And you might say, the book's already published. We are doing a final revision before you can all come see us. If you're in California, Bonnie, come visit us again down at the Emmys, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. We'll be there putting this in the hands of people that you want to put your book in the hands of. And so we're super proud and excited about that. Awesome. Yay, yay, yay. So Katie,